Okay, well, hi everyone. We are here with a very special guest, Stephen Constantino. He played a Gamorrean guard in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Stephen, how are you? Welcome. It's a pleasure for us to have you in this interview. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, considering how the world is, I'm lucky. I have a recording studio, so I stay in there and stay safe and keep positive and creative. You know, that's all we can do. We have to be positive.
Totally. How is 2020 going so far?
Oh man. Well, I hope 2021 is a springboard to moving forward, and the vaccine hopefully starts turning it around because we need some kind of turnaround. Because by now, I kind of thought we'd be done. You know, I thought we would have since February. You know, I did my last show in Vegas, my big show, and Vegas was closing down as I was there. You know, and just everything was going on, and since end of February, March, you know.
Yeah.
I've done a few small shows lately in California, and I did go to Arizona and Salt Lake City and different little towns, and it was great to see people and connect, man. And people are so gracious and so happy to see you there. People need to connect, you know, and we just stayed safe, and I was fine, you know. And it was nice to do that, even on a small scale. Just connect with people because they're so happy to be there. So it's nice to rebuild, you know, not under these circumstances, but it's always good to rebuild in a positive direction.
Let's get into, I think, what most of the people want to know, and it's about your participation in Star Wars, in Return of the Jedi. And the first thing we want to know is, how did that happen?
I was in a martial art class with Hugh Van Patten, and Corey D was his best student. I didn't meet Corey in the class, but he had said, because I was a guitar player, music first. I'm not really an actor. I produce some movies, but my pursuit is music my whole life. And he said, you have to meet Corey. He plays bass, Corey D. Williams. And as soon as I was invited to go up to the house, because at that time he lived with his dad, Billy Dee Williams, we just started playing, and it was instantaneous connection, and we didn't stop. You know, we set up in the garage and put a studio there, and we play all the time. It was incredible. People coming through, so much inspiration and support. Even Billy D always supported us. And between Corey and I, Corey's from New York as well, and I'm from New Jersey. We had a diverse musical background, and you know, just on all levels. So it was just so inspirational, open, playing together. And then one day, I think it was April, Billy would come in periodically and say hi and say what we're doing. And Billy came in and said to Corey, would you like to go stand in Yuma, Arizona? And Corey's like, I don't know. He's been on sets. You know, he knows the kind of work it entails. It's not easy. And he goes, we're going to go to the middle of the desert, 120 degrees. I think I'm better off just recording, finishing here, because we're on a pinnacle, you know, music. And Billy said, well, if Steve comes along and you continue to write, will you come? And he said, yes. I was invited to go with them. And next thing I know, we're on a small plane to Arizona with myself, Billy, Corey, and of course, Carrie Fisher. And the first day we got there, it was a Sunday, and everyone was kind of off. So we were at the hotel, not the set, which is like 45 minutes away. And the first person I met was Peter Mayhew in the hot tub, standing in a 4-foot hot tub, towering over me. Hello, and it was like, wow, this is magical. This is incredible. And so we'd go out every day to Yuma, to the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Kenny Baker and Stuart Freeborn, and of course Carrie, and all the people who make it happen. Was just extraordinary experience. But by the third day, I was getting antsy because I like to work. It's hard for me. I'm restless, you know. So the producer took Billy out, and we were invited to go, Kazanji and Howard. And I said, I'm so grateful, and it's hard for me to ask this, but can I get some work? You don't have to pay me. Just put me to work out there. I'm there. I'm a strong young man. And he said, okay, come in the next day. And by that time, Corey was doing stunts. He's very athletic and standing in because he looked just like his dad. And we get in, and they make Corey Klaatu, and they made me Gamorrean guard on the barge fighting Luke Skywalker. And I just put the mask on and had to follow the steps. And it was incredible. But to me, I know later on there was a lot of Gamorrean guards. So I figured Oh, I'm just another guard. I was very grateful. I didn't speak about it much to my musician world. You know, I had something to do with Jedi. But then 10 years ago, Billy had taken a picture of Corey and I with the mask holding it, you know, and that's rare. And when that came out 10 years ago, the fans said, "Oh my God, you're in a barge killed by Luke in the solid pit?" I said, "Yeah." They go, "Well, you're the only single guard in the scene compared to the Rancor. But in your case, you get killed by Luke. So that's a very honorable way to go. Or be digested for 1,000 years." And that's what happened. So from that point on, 10 years ago, it's been a whirlwind. I mean, Corey and I've been going all over the world with Billy and you know, and myself, little shows in California and the 501st. And it's just, as you know, just growing.
Yeah. Once it starts, it won't stop growing.
But I never imagined now what's happening with Mandalorian. I can't. I mean, when they brought the fighter back, the Gamorrean fighter, okay, obviously you had to fight to the death to be with Jabba. I don't know, 7 or 9 of them. So obviously I'm one of those fighters that survived. And then the last closing at the end, after the credits, you know, I mean, are you kidding me? It's like I'm reborn. You know, even though I'm in a solid pit, I'm reborn because I'm an OG. I'm original, you know. I can never have imagined that because I'm happy the way it is, being an original. But now all the fighter stuff, and that's part of me too. So that's all the pop.
Yeah.
You know, so I couldn't have planned it like that. It's just, thank God. That's all I can say.
What were your thoughts when you first saw the Gamorrean guard and you were in the middle of the desert?
Well, first of all, the bottom was so heavy, like Humpty Dumpty. When I took the top off, Corey would hold me up, you know, because I'd fall down. And then they kept putting a blow dryer in my mouth, archaic times, you know, to breathe.
Yeah.
And then I would take the mask, and I didn't know cameras and stuff, so I just followed footsteps, and my peripheral was off. But it was hot, you know, but I'm not complaining. I mean, it was amazing. People say, how do you do that? You just do it.
How long did it take to get dressed with the costume, and how long was the longest you have to be in the costume?
Well, it didn't take that long, to be honest, because it was 2 big feet. I have some pictures on my, you know, if you go on my Facebook.
Okay. Awesome.
And I got the mask on the floor, and the bottom half laying there. So it's the bottom half, the feet, the hands, and you know, the hands over the top, and then the mask. But the only makeup was the dark circles on my eyes. So when you look at me, you know, it's my eyes in that barge scene on Cell Barge.
Awesome.
And I guess the longest word was the fight with Mark. He comes up. But the funny thing is, back then, you see it in the theater and it go by so quick. And then you get a VHS, you stop it, it's blurry, you know, it's kind of shaking. And then finally we got a DVD, I can slow it down and actually watch it.
Yeah.
Because it happened so fast.
I want to ask you, like, do you have a favorite anecdote from set?
Meeting Harrison and Carrie. Carrie was incredible, just as Princess Leia. They come in our trailer. And a great thing was, at the hotel one night, there was a blackout. And so we lit candles, and Corey and I just played in the room, and the whole cast and crew was coming in and out. Playing on that. That was amazing, stuff like that. And Carrie dancing, and people, you know, just loving our music. And we're putting good vibes out there, you know, for people.
Yeah.
All the amenities that these people have in life, you know, so there's a blackout, we have candles. It was beautiful, and the music, you know.
Wow.
And that's the basic thing. And Stuart Freeborn was wonderful. Kenny Baker, such a funny man. I mean, such great stories, because they were just the stories on the set, you know, behind the scenes, and what led to that, and just it takes a lot. It's not just the actors. Let me tell you, the stuntmen and the workers to build a city and tear it down like that. It's just an incredible feat, and it takes a lot of teamwork, you know.
How much of a fan of Star Wars do you consider yourself?
How much a fan?
Star Wars, yeah,
huge fan.
Well, we have a question that it's for fans.
Okay.
And it's a question we do to everyone we talk with, and it's which character of the whole Star Wars saga do you think is the biggest loser?
The biggest loser?
Yeah.
Well, even though it's got to be Jabba, man. He was a glutton, you know?
It's a good answer.
You know, Jabba's the glutton. He represents everything in politics, everything in the world that's dictator and crap. And so, yeah, even though I work for him.
Well, Stephen, thank you very much for your time. We had a great interview. I have to thank you and thank, of course, Juan Pablo.
Yes, Juan Pablo.
Putting us together and making this happen.
My pleasure to see everybody through via the internet from Los Angeles, but I look forward to meeting everyone soon. I'll be there. I mean, I was good to go in 2020, and it didn't happen, but that's makes it even more important now to get there. So I will see everyone soon, and I look forward to it. Be safe.
That was awesome. Thank you very much.